Are you thinking of moving to Thailand long term? If yes, then this video is right for you. Moving abroad can be a great alternative to improve your quality of life and finances, but for most people, this can be daunting. So in this video, I'll share the essential things you need to know before moving to Thailand so you can plan and prepare accordingly and manage your expectations. And because I respect your time, I provided timestamps below so you can skip straight to the section that's useful to you. First things first, find out which visa best fits your needs and what legal requirements your move would entail. No matter how much you love to live here, if there's no appropriate visa for your intended purposes, then it's best to look for legitimate alternatives or choose a different destination entirely. Say you plan to retire. Can you meet all the requirements of the retirement visa? If not, is there an alternative visa you can apply for? If you're looking to move here to work, can you look for a job once you reach your destination, or do you have to get a job even before entering the country? The answer may differ depending on the job type. If you aim to get a permanent residency or even citizenship, you should also check what visa will provide you that options down the road. My point is, do not make any assumptions when it comes to visa and legal matters, as they are a lot harder to circumvent. Avoid applying for the wrong visa, thinking you might get away with doing something not expected with that kind of visa. The last thing you want is to be denied entry, or worse, get banned from entering the country entirely. You can check visaguide.world and Thailand's official immigration website for more information about the visa types. I'll provide the links in the description so you can check them out later. When moving to a different country, it's a given that you will experience some level of culture shock. However, the more you know about your destination, the less of a shock it would be. Understanding cultural differences, customs, food, religion, and other things you find important can help you prepare for adjustments you might face. For example, if you plan to work here, find out if there are enough working opportunities that meet your professional standards. Southeast Asian working culture is very different from Western countries. Expecting to find the same working environment as it is in your home country will only lead to disappointments. For most people, having a community is important. If this is the same for you, it's good to know what type of communities you can join. Try checking out groups on Facebook and Meetup before your move. You can already connect with other people and learn from their experiences even before you arrive here in Thailand. It's also a great place to ask more specific questions you might have that will help you with your move. Harmony, respect, and politeness in interactions is important in Thai culture. They prefer avoiding confrontation, criticism, or public embarrassment. Offering constructive feedback privately is generally preferred. Similar to other Southeast Asian countries, Thais are generally conservative. This means physical contact such as hugging or kissing is not as common in public interactions as it might be in some Western cultures. Public displays of affection, particularly between couples, are generally modest and not overt, and dressing modestly, particularly in religious sites, is a sign of respect. Revealing clothing might be viewed as disrespectful in some conservative areas, so please be mindful of your actions, especially when you are out in the public. If you would like to meet a local for a deeper romantic relationship, then don't go to nightclubs or use apps like Tinder. Also, be prepared to provide financial support, especially if there's a significant age difference between you and your partner. This is not always the case, of course, but it's worth managing your expectations and being open about your intentions. When it comes to the cost of living, this really depends on the kind of lifestyle you want. Thailand is cheaper compared to Western countries, yes, but it may not be as cheap as you think if you're aiming to live with Western standards. Just because people can live comfortably in Chiang Mai for $300 a month, it doesn't necessarily mean you can too. If you want to party every night, eat out and take taxis every day, and live in a luxury condo unit, then it's best to bump your monthly budget to $1,000 minimum. Depending on where your target region is, this could go higher. If you plan on renting, you need to take into account the rental deposit and advance payments. If you have pets, some condos requires an additional deposit and annual fees. If you intend to get a car, you will most likely need to rent a parking space along with your condo unit. When applying for internet service, you might also need to pay for installation and service fees. I suggest you give yourself some buffer in case there are any surprise fees and additional payments you have to make, especially during the first few months of your stay. If you have foreign funds, find out how you would send and receive funds in and out of the country. Depending on the options available to you, exchange rates and fees can vary greatly. I personally use Wise to transfer money from my German bank to my Thai bank. It is fast and has better exchange rates and cheaper fees compared to other services like Western Union. However, depending on where you're from, there might be better options. Taxes is another topic you should check. Find out if there are double taxation agreements between your home country and Thailand. Or better yet, consult with a tax advisor specializing in international tax laws, especially if you have a more complex financing. Searching for housing and accommodation can be challenging. Use sites like HipFlat.property and Fazwas to get an idea of the price range of different units in different areas. I leave links down in the description should you need them later. Just a little heads up, the units posted in these websites may no longer be available. At least in my experience, all of the condos I was interested in were long taken. The good news is their agents will contact you for your requirements and budget. They will then provide you with available units. If you have pets or require wheelchair access, mention this to your agent because not all buildings are pet friendly and support accessibility. Do note that these agents get a commission if they manage to get you to sign a contract with them. This means they will only show you units that they will get a commission from. So I suggest you reach out to multiple agents if you want to see more units. In most cases, you will only be able to reserve a unit just 1 month in advance. If this is the case, you can book a hotel for a week or two and start finding a place to rent once you get here. In my opinion, this is better because some listings don't appear as they do online, so you should check the place in person before signing a rental contract. Although it is tempting to rent an Airbnb, it's best to avoid it as it is considered illegal in Thailand. I rented an Airbnb for my first month here in Bangkok and I got my host in some trouble when the head of their juristic office found out about it. I managed to stay for the duration of my booking, but I could have been kicked out if they were more adamant about the rules. In some cases, guests are not allowed to use the amenities like pool and gym, so to avoid such inconveniences, try to book your short-term stays with a hotel. Pro tip: always negotiate the price, especially if you are renting for 2 years. If you want to buy a house, you will end up just renting the lot because in Thailand, foreigners cannot own land. You can purchase a condo unit which has its own set of requirements. I suggest you consult a real estate agent and a lawyer to make sure your investments are protected by law. Do you have an existing health condition? Do you need specific medical care? What type of insurance will you need and how much will it cost? Depending on your needs, you may want to check the healthcare system and insurance providers in your destination. There's a great website where you can compare different types of insurance, from health insurance to car, accident, pet, and even golf insurance. They will assist you in finding the best insurance package that fits your needs and budget. Link down in the description. While English is spoken in many tourist areas, you'll find yourself needing translation quite often. In my experience, not being able to speak Thai hasn't been a big issue just yet. I stay at home 90% of the time, and if I ever do want to meet with other people, I prefer meeting with fellow expats and locals who are more open to foreigners. If your goal is to be well integrated into the local system and you want to connect with the locals more on a deeper level, then I highly suggest you learn some Thai. It will make living in Thailand a lot easier for you. Are you taking some belongings with you? If yes, then plan and sort out your shipping details to ensure a smoother transition. And if necessary, find a reliable moving company to help you move out. I highly suggest not taking too many things with you for a lighter travel. Just take the essentials and some supplies for the first couple of months. When I moved here with my 2 cats from Germany, I only had 1 medium and 1 small suitcases. I sold everything I had back in Germany, and it was a nice added money to support the first few months of my stay here in Bangkok. If you're taking your pets with you, research how to export and import pets at least 6 months in advance. They'll need specific vaccinations for travel as well as documentations. The requirements may differ from country to country, including layovers, so if you are flying with them, be sure to research this part as well. Find out how best to transport them safely and comfortably. Take into account the total length of the travel. This experience can be very frightening and stressful for your beloved pets, so I suggest you consider the shortest option. I also highly recommend you bring supplies of their favorite food and medicines for at least a month. For example, cat foods here are mostly tuna flavored. If your furry kids are picky eaters like mine, having their favorite food alongside the new flavors will help them adjust gradually. Most people think of beaches and great sunny weather when they think of Thailand, but it's not all sunshine. Thailand has a tropical weather, so be prepared for humidity, especially during the rainy season, which lasts from May to October. The air quality is also not the best, especially here in Bangkok. There's also a burning season up in the north of Thailand, which lasts from February to April. So you might want to look that up when deciding where best to settle, especially if you have health conditions that may worsen under said weather conditions. When moving to a foreign country for a long-term stay, it's good to know what kind of opportunities there are, be it work and business opportunities, learning opportunities, and leisure opportunities. The last thing you want is to end up packing too soon just because Thailand turned out different than what you expected. That would be costly, so do ample of research and manage your expectations. This is not an exhaustive list, and you don't necessarily need to research each point. We all have different use cases, so do consider what's most important to you when researching and planning your move. If you're interested in applying for Thailand Elite Visa, watch this video first. As an Elite Visa holder, I gave my honest review and some answers to frequently asked questions. Just note that there will be new membership packages starting on October 1st, so the pricing and conditions will be different then. I hope this video has been helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.